Hi everyone, welcome to Bad Weather Barbecue. I'm Johnny and today we're asking the question, can you fit 108 chicken wings on a Weber kettle? Hi everyone, welcome to the channel. This is a channel where we talk all things barbecue. And today we're going back to basics. My last video, which was the 2 cooks on a barbecue, it was pretty ingredient heavy. So I thought it'd be fun today to do something a little bit more basic. So what are we gonna do? Well, we're gonna see if we can fit 108 chicken wings on a Weber kettle. So why have I got 108 chicken wings? Well, what we're doing is we're putting on a birthday bash for my sister-in-law. And both families are firm fans of chicken wings. So what I did this morning was I went out and I bought 10 boxes of chicken wings from my local supermarket. And 108 was the figure that were contained in those 10 boxes. In terms of preparation for this one, it's super simple. We're not going to be doing any of the trimming that I've shown you in previous videos for the chicken wings. So if you want to see how I do that, go and check out this video up here. What we are going to be doing today, however, is introducing a new accessory to the Bad Weather Barbecue viewership, and that is a Vortex. So what is a Vortex? Well, it's an awesome piece of kit that can really help you with your barbecuing. It actually has multiple uses, so just let me walk through a couple for you. I'll put a short clip on the screen just now so you can see it, but effectively what it is just stainless steel that's been formed into a cone shape. As I said, it's got multiple uses. In the way you've just seen it, i.e. cone side up, what it acts is, it's almost like having a jet engine for your barbecue. You put your fuel in it, and what it really helps to do is push the internal temperature of your barbecue. One of the other ways that you can use the Vortex is to use it cone side down. I've done this in the past and put my fuel around the edges of the Vortex to cook the likes of a beer butt chicken. So I know what you're probably thinking, there's no way in hell he's going to get 108 chicken wings on a Weber kettle. And to be honest, you might be right, but let's go and find out together. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go and light up the Vortex, get that going, and then we'll give it about 20 minutes to come up to temperature. Do make sure you hang around to the end of the video where I'll give you my 3 top tips for making this cook a success. One point that I do just want to quickly note, as I've been seeing some comments and indeed engaging with some viewers in the sections of my other videos. When I talk about internal temperature of meat, I'm based in the UK, so I'm going to refer to Celsius. Now I know there's a lot of different countries like the States who will go in Fahrenheit, but when I start to talk about internal temperatures, please note that I will be talking in Celsius. If I remember, I'll do the conversion and put Fahrenheit in as well. That's if I remember. Okay, so that's been about 20 minutes now and our Vortex is absolutely burning, so it's time to get our wings on. So this is what you're looking for. You're looking for the flames coming out of the top of it and obviously the coals being as hot as absolutely possible. So just to be super clear, as with any type of chicken that you're cooking, you're gunning for a temperature of 75 degrees Celsius. Okay, so that's what we're going to be looking for on these chicken wings tonight. So what we're going to do is we're going to let these go. It's now up at 250 Celsius or 500 degrees Fahrenheit in terms of the internal temperature, and that's because of the Vortex. But what we're going to do is we're going to check these in about 20 minutes with our ThermoPro pen and just see how they're doing. Right, so the answer to the question, can I get 108 wings on a Weber kettle? The answer is no. What could I get?
69, dude!
So what have I done with the rest of them? Well, I fired up the spirit and they're on there. All right, so that's about 20 minutes in now and we're looking really good. What's actually happened is the right side has cooked slightly quicker because I positioned the Vortex just slightly closer to the right hand side. So what I've done now is I've pushed it back over, but just to let you see how things are looking at the moment. So really happy with that. And to be honest now, the right hand sides are pushing 75, 78 and the left hand sides were at the high 60s, early 70s. So we're not going to be long now. And in terms of the spirits, in terms of the wings I've got on the spirit, they'll take a little bit longer. But what we might end up doing is transferring them into the kettle just to kind of get them moving with the Vortex. But we'll see where we go. Okay, so we're about half an hour in now, and what we've done is we've actually thinned out the herd a little bit in terms of the kettle. So as you can see, we've pulled out some of the ones. They're all cooked, but what we actually want is just to get a little bit more crisp on some of the skins. So we'll leave them for a bit longer. And in terms of the spirit, what we've got here is we've had some actually on the grills themselves, and they're about ready, and we'll just leave the ones on the top rack just for a little bit longer. So we'll come back in about 10 minutes, see how we're doing. Right, so we're about 40 minutes in now and I'm calling these wings done. So as you can see, we've got some really crispy skins on that, so I'm absolutely chuffed with that. Right, in terms of the wings then that I've had on the gas spirit, these are absolutely cooked through. I've just checked these with the ThermoPro. What's interesting though is what we don't have is I'd put some of them through some corn flour with some rub in them. And what's meant to happen with these is that the sort of fat from the chicken kind of cooks through and gives us a sort of crispy sort of outer skin. Now, what I found with these in the past is it takes a lot longer for this to happen. And this is what you can see here. This one's the best example where you can see it has happened here, but it's still, the rest of the fat has still to kind of render through in the rest of these. So they'll take a little bit longer to do. It's a little bit annoying, but however, these are absolutely fantastic when they're through. So what we'll do is we're going to clear off the rest of these wings, eat them, and then we'll come back to these in about 20 minutes or so. So that's the rest of our chicken wings now done and dusted. It's probably been about an hour all in, even with the Vortex, as we've had to swap chicken wings from the spirit over to the kettle. So unfortunately, everybody was super hungry after we finished filming outside, and none of us actually got any pictures of the finished wings, but let's just say that they went down a treat. So I guess the question that I can now hear you all asking is, well, did you finish all of them in one sitting? And the short answer to that is no, we did not. We certainly had enough chicken wings to dive in for round 2 the next day. My big takeaway from this cook is that if you're looking to feed quite a few people, but in a fairly inexpensive manner, then this is actually probably the recipe for you. Whilst the latter wings, they did take longer, but because I had to move them off onto the gas, actually the ones that cooked with the Vortex, those 69, they cooked, in about 20-25 minutes. So I would certainly recommend following this if you're in that situation. Early in the video, I said to hang around to the end and I'd give you my 3 top tips for making this cook a success. So here we go. Number 1, what you'll see during the video is that I place some tin foil around the edges of my charcoal grate. This is actually a tip I got from one of the Facebook groups that I joined. And what this does is it really centers the airflow of the kettle right through the Vortex, and therefore you're not getting any escaping air around the edges, which again really helps to intensify the heat in the kettle. Number 2, when you're doing this sort of cook, you're going to end up, as I did, with different sized chicken wings. So some really big ones and some really small ones. So what's going to happen is they're going to cook at different times. So make sure you have a meat probe like my ThermoPro that I had during this cook on hand to help support you with that. Because what we don't want to do is serve the chicken wings at less than 75 degrees internal temperature. My third top tip for making this cook a success is make sure you vary up your rubs and sauces. I think I used about 8 different rubs and a couple of different sauces. I'll pop a picture on the screen just now so you can see what I used for some of the rubs. But the last thing you want is cooking them all the same and your guest just becoming bored with the flavor. So there you have it, 69 chicken wings cooked on a Weber kettle all at once. If you like that video, then please hit the like button, and if you haven't yet subscribed, it'd be great if you would consider doing so. As ever, please leave me a comment in the section below. And thanks for watching, you all look after yourselves, and I'll see you in the next video.